Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Albeit I know I'm the only one here at the moment with we actually have two people watching. Hello. I hope you're having a good Valentine's Day with your loved ones if possible. Um yeah, hope everybody had a good weekend where, we're getting off to the start of the week here with the mic stand. We'll wait a few minutes, give some more people a chance to come in. If you got anything you want to talk about or ask in the meantime, feel free to chime in the chat. Um, we know that Attack on Titan came back this weekend, and I do thank everybody for the likes and shares. See if we can get some more friendly people in here, of course. Um, as I said, we're just waiting on some people, waiting on some more people to come in before we get started. I said, if you got anything you want to add to the conversation or talk about, feel free to ask. You can chime in the chat. You ought to know that girl by now. You ought to know that she'll never settle down, no matter how you let your heart go too fast. 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 Yogi Bear. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots rage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Transformers. Let's see now, what else can we... 40 or 50 horses lying on the way. Let's see now. All along the watchtower. Yo, Joe. They fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, a real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. Cobra the enemy, fighting to save the day. They never give up, they're always there. Fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe. Yo, Joe. Get along, gang, get along, gang. Each one special in their own way. Coming apart and get along, gang, get along, gang. Get up with a get along, gang. Everyone they know, okay. Get up with a get along, gang. Oh, get up. Shaggy's gonna help you. Scooby Doo. Dabney's gonna do. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you got a shiver. And you're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know you got a mystery to solve, so Scooby-Doo, be ready for your act. Don't hold back. And Scooby-Doo, you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack. That's a fact. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You're ready and we're willing. And we can count on you, be Scooby-Doo. We know you'll catch that villain. Josie and the Pussycats, long tails and ears for hats. Gotta, bing, bana, 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 boom. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Do 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 do. Mass is a mighty power that will save the day. Mask, no one knows the lies behind the masquerade. Mask, always riding on Venom's trail and in the laser rail and away. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's see. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, 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 friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, spins a web any size. Can't you see, just like flies? Look out, there goes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen up. He's got radioactive blood. From a string, from ahead, take a look overhead. Hey there goes Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Welcome he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Wherever there's a hang up, we'll find a Spider-Man. Let's see. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who oppose his shield must yield. In the red and the white and the blue it comes true when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with the hottest wheels. As Iron Man, all jets of flame, he fights and fights with repulsor rays. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk. Ain't he just gallantly wrecking the town with the powerful? You know, ain't so monsterful. Who isn't lovable? The ever-loving Hulk. Hulk, Hulk. Let's see. Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the blue means heavens roar, and behold incredulous wonder the god of thunder, mighty Thor. Stronger than a whale, he can swim anywhere. He can breathe underwater and go flying through the air. Noble submariner, prince of the deep, so beware of deadly demons. Lord Namor of Atlantis is the prince of the deep. All right. Well, anyways, enough of that. Did that decide to do that? Take that a little long there because, um, with this being, of course, Valentine's Day, it's kind of a you know, we do have a bit of you know, not as much seem to happen apparently. So, hey, Maymay, glad you're here. We're just kind of letting some time roll before. So tonight we've only got three stories we're gonna go through. Two comics related, one anime related. I figured make it kind of a little bit lax night. Probably will try to push it just to the hour and a half mark tonight instead of trying to um, push it to two. I know there are people out there who are probably with their significant others celebrating Valentine's Day. So, but I figured we'd still, cover something a little bit here. Always we got news articles and some, this day in each history. So, uh, kind of, so just to kind of let you know what's on tap for tonight. Um, I said we've only got three stories we're covering tonight. A couple of them are Marvels related. Um, among the stories we have one anime story and two comic stories. So the two comic stories are both Marvel related. As in one article, we're going to find out how Marvel is planning to recontextualize Marvel 2099. And then Greg Smallwood also reveals that Marvel edited his Elektra black, white, and blood art to tone down Asian character features within tolerance for best representation, whatever that's supposed to mean. And of course, the other article, the anime article, is Rising of Shield Hero. Its new trailer is out. Its new trailer is out. They got some key visuals for it as well. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, that'd be appreciated. Um, that would be appreciated. If you can like and share the stream, that would really be of some help. Get the algorithm up and all that. Let me see here. I'm gonna check something here real quick, and then we will actually get to the story. Just checking one thing real quick here. Yeah. Anyways, we will now go ahead and get started talking about the stories here. If you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, as I said, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to partake in the conversation. That'd be appreciated. Anyway. All right, so with that, all right, so let's go ahead. Mamie, did I lose you somehow? Anyways, let's go ahead. We already got this shared, so let's go ahead and get into the article here. Okay, so the first article we're going to look at here. And the first we're going to be. So let's see how Marvel's recontextualizing here. Okay, so the headline reads Marvel to, in quote, recontextualize Marvel 2099 previews Winter Soldier 2099 with most stereotypically woke design imaginable. Oh boy. Article. This was published on Friday, actually, by Spencer Bercouli. I guess people. Super Bowl weekend, Valentine's Day today. Figured that's probably why there weren't as many stories coming out over the weekend here. Well, let's go ahead and get into this. A strong, vaguely non-white female character sporting a lobotomy cut of dyed hair and an editorial intent aimed at quote unquote recontextualizing one of the most beloved mythos of comic books past. Yeah, don't they haven't they been doing that quite a bit lately? That's not just Marvel though. DC's been doing it too, and a few others as well. Marvel is truly pulling out all the stops for their upcoming celebration of the 2099 line's 30th anniversary. So I guess, yeah, 30 years ago. So 1992, I guess, was when they came out with 2099 story arc, I guess. Spider-Man 2099, Volume 2, Number 5, 2014. Marvel Comics, cover art by Francesco Mattina. All right. As announced on February 7th, a week ago, Marvel's upcoming Spider Man 2099 Exodus, a limited series, is set to revisit the iconic world, quote, in a saga that will revolutionize its role in the tapestry that is the Marvel multiverse, unquote. Quote, the story will kick off when a celestial falls to Earth, bringing a glimmer of hope to this broken world, unquote, detailed Marvel in an official press release. Quote, sensing a chance for real change, fan favorite hero Spider-Man 2099 will undertake a journey that will bring him into contact with all corners of the Marvel universe, from Asgard to mutant kind. Spider-Man 2099. Oh, look at that design of that. That design almost seems like kind of a cross between Spider-Man, Venom, and Punisher. Like I look at Spider-Man right there, and I'm thinking Spider-Man meshed with Venom meshed with Punisher. I don't know. I don't know if you guys might have the same feeling about that. Spider-Man 2099 Volume 1, Number 1, Stanley Presents Spider-Man 2099 1992, Marvel Comics, cover art by Rich Lenardi and Al Williamson. I wonder if by the time 2099 came around, if Punisher, Venom, and Spider-Man did actually merge. You have to almost wonder that. uh, Anyways, continuing on with the article, I guess. According to the publisher, quote, each issue will shift focus to a new character or team, debuting exciting new characters along the way, such as 2099 Winter Soldier, a new version of 2099 Loki, and new members of the 2099 X-Men, unquote. All with the end goal of, quote, recontextualizing the core elements of the 2099 mythos, unquote. Oh boy, I'm sure that fans of the original 2099 mythos are probably not, if they're recontextualizing the mythos just like they've been recontextualizing all the other mythos within the Marvel universe, then my guess is fans of the original are probably not going to be very happy with what's going on. That's just my guess. And providing a perfect entry point for 2099 newcomers, an essential chapter for those who have enjoyed past 2099 adventures, unquote. And even that guy looks like the Punisher right there. Dang. Because that is the Punisher. Punisher 2099, Volume 1, Number 17, Public Enemy, Part 3, Shopping Mall, MAUL, meaning like vicious fighting. 1994, Marvel Comics, words by Pat Mills and Tony Skinner, art by Tom Morgan, Keith Williams, and Ian Laughlin. Written by Steve Orlando and brought to life by a rotating team of artists, including Paul Fry, Dave Wachter, Marco Castello, Carlos, Alessandro Mercola, Kim Jacinto. The story will begin in May 4th, Spider-Man 2099 Exodus Alpha number 1, wherein, quote, after fighting battles across the time stream, Miguel O'Hara is at last back defending his present and the world's future. For Spider-Man 2099, the only thing constant about life in Nueva York is change. Hmm. So, when a cataclysmic crash creates a new Garden of Eden in what was once the American wastelands, Marvel continued, quote, Spider Man knows exactly what the next atrocity will be. Watch as the mysterious group known as the Cabal plans to set society ablaze and find out which Marvel villain is leading them, unquote. Spider Man, Spider Man, friendly neighborhood Spider Man. Welcome he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Wherever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider Man. Spider Man 2099 Exodus Alpha Volume 1. Number 1, 2022. Marvel Comics. Cover art by Laney Francis Yu. The story will then continue in Spider Man 2099 Exodus number 1, releasing May 11th, as readers are introduced to the aforementioned Winter Soldier of 2099, aka Winter Soldier 13. Spider-Man 2099 Exodus Volume 1, Number 1, Marvel, art by Ryan Stegman. Featuring possibly the most stereotypically diverse design seriously put to page since DC debuted their new OMAC, or Marvel shelved their reboot of the New Warriors. This new Winter Soldier was salvaged from the black market as a child and, quote, raised on mad science, is bent on vengeance and rebirth, unquote. It's not just the cabal who is hungry to control the garden, quote unquote, said Marvel. Quote, what power will she find in the garden and how will she use it, unquote. And I guess this is the design right here. And they said she's got a lobotomy cut on her forehead or something. A lobotomy, for those of you who don't know, that's when they do brain surgery on you to cut out whatever part of the brain, basically strengthens your willpower. You basically, if you're lobotomized, it essentially means you have no will of your own anymore. From there, The story continues on May 18th to Spider-Man 2099 Exodus number 2, um, where readers will, I guess they're releasing them out weekly, I guess, from the looks of it, where readers will discover that Loki 2099, the Prince of Lies, last survivor of Asgard's Ragnarok, in brackets, and sponsored by Alchemax's Ishir program, is now the Prince of Outcast. And here's some more artwork here. So cover art here by Ryan Stegman. Let's see if anybody else has come in. And of course, if you guys feel like it, go ahead and chime in if you guys you want to add anything to the conversation. If you guys or ask anything, feel free to do so. Anyways. Let's see, quote, while the Cabal preys upon society's dregs, Loki schemes to resurrect Asgard on his own terms, unquote, teased Marvel. Quote, but when Loki's involved, can mischief be far behind? What's the secret of Loki's last trick? And how does it affect the future of Asgard and Midgard alike? Unquote. And I believe Midgard is Earth, basically, I believe. Here's a Loki designed by Marco Costello. Not exactly the same looking guy that I remember from Marvel, from like the Marvel cartoon, Marvel superheroes cartoon, where Len Carlson uh, did his voice in the Thor segments of the Marvel superheroes cartoon. In promotion of the series, Orlando told Marvel, quote, roving the spinner racks and trading cards of the early 90s, the world of 2099 was my first future dystopia. Its neon haunted visions of Marvel's future close to my heart. And at the forefront of that future, fighting as anyone with his name always has, for the everyday folks of the future, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, unquote. Quote, so here, decades later, celebrating the 30th anniversary of 2099, is a dream come true. And there was never any question who'd be the face of the celebration. Your friendly, futuristic Spider-Man, he explained. He exclaimed. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Welcome he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang up. Whenever there's a hang up, you'll find a Spider-Man. Let's see now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Quote. And for Miguel, this fight is bigger than ever since it's his first time going toe to toe with one of Spider Man's greatest villains. Let's make history together in Spider Man 2009 or 2099, Exodus, and lead the people of 2099 into a new tomorrow. And I've probably been saying it wrong. I've been saying 2009, I think, and I meant to actually say 2099. Sometimes you just can kind of get tripped up a bit there. Even I can a little bit here and there. Oh, and look, there's. I guess there's a combination Iron Man and Captain America right there. Let's see. Time Storm 2099 Volume 1, Number 4. Marvel Comics, words by Brian Reed, art by Eric Battle, John Bosco, Drew Hennessy, Alex Silva, Nelson Pereira, and Bruno Hung. All right. All right. So here, let's see. What do you make of Marvel's plans for Spider-Man 2099 Exodus? Could they have tried any harder to design Winter Soldier 29 as a more impressive parody of diverse character design? Let us know your thoughts on social media. Yeah, this one may not sell as much as they're hoping if they're planning on quote unquote recontextualizing it. If they're recontextualizing it with some of these modern sensibilities they've been trying to push in comics, and yeah, it's gonna be a bar. It's that this particular book is gonna end up in a barf bag. For all we know, it may end up being a barf bag. Yeah, somebody will be reading it and they realize, yeah. Uh, anyways, let's see now. We still only one is the loneliest number that you'll ever see. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever be. Anyways, all right. So, what do you make of Marvel's plans for Spider-Man 2099 Exodus? Oh yeah, we did read all that. All right, never mind then. Now getting ready to move on to the next article here. And if anybody else is in here and you're seeing this, if you have anything you'd like to comment on, you feel free to do so. Do 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 do. Well, we have a second person in here. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your um, Valentine's Day today. Hopefully, let's see now. So we just got through the first article we were covering about Marvel recontextualizing the 2099 mythos. So, and if you can, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Guess I will go ahead and move on to this next article then, since we do have another person here. Okay. Marvel Bullpen, my original art. So look at these two pieces for a moment, because I think this is gonna have some bearing on this art understanding this article. Take a look at the differences there and just put them in your mind for a moment. So Greg Smallwood reveals Marvel edited his Elektra black, white, and blood art to tone down Asian characters' features, quote, within tolerance for best representation, unquote. Say what? They toned down her Asian characteristics for better representation. It almost like it sounds like they're saying that they actually made her less Asian to better represent Asians. Doesn't seem to make much sense, especially with what they if anything they want it to be more diverse. So you would argue that they would probably want to make it as Asian as possible, not tone it down. But again, anyways, so article by Spencer McCooley published this past Saturday, the 12th. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Despite the publisher regularly putting themselves as champions of diversity and representation, artist Greg Smallwood has revealed that Marvel made edits to his artwork in an upcoming issue of Elektra Black, White, and Blood in order to tone down the Asian features of the book's characters, and make them appear, quote, within tolerance for best representation. Within tolerance for best representation. What kind of malarkey is that? You have to kind of wonder. Within tolerant, I mean, so you basically are editing it to make her appear less Asian than she is? How is making her appear less Asian being diverse? That's kind of a leap in logic there. Yeah. Here's It's spelled out sideways here with funny lettering. Black, White, and Blood. So source: Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, Volume 1, Number 2, 2022. Marvel Comics cover art by Greg Smallwood. All right. See if anybody's got any. And as I said, if you have any comments you'd like to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. If you guys can also like and share the stream, so we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Oh, anyways, getting back to the article here, an anthology series featuring a rotating team of artists and writers. Each issue of Elektra. Oh, kind of like what they're doing with the 2099 story. Anyways, each issue of Elektra, Black, White, and Blood tells a different standalone story centered around the titular ninja assassin. Smallwood's story, featuring a script by Peter David and Tom Taylor, is set to appear in the series' upcoming second issue. And Tom Taylor, who we know is tanking Batman. He's also the guy who of course was scripting Superman Son of Kal-El, trying to feed us the whole Superman's Buy Now storyline. So probably another reason why Marvel fans are going to be regurgitating into this book. Anyways, let's see now. And according to solicits, we'll see Elektra being tracked on the streets of Madripoor by a quote unquote drifter named Patch. It's from Black, White, and Red, Volume 1, Number 2, cover art by Greg Smallwood. Smallwood, whose credits for the publisher include variant cover work for Doctor Strange, Damnation, and series art for Moon Knights, Volume 7 and 8, reported this discovery of Marvel's edits on February 9th, which was last Wednesday, taking to his personal Twitter to announce, quote, sad to say that without my approval, Marvel attempted to, in smaller quotes, fix, as we've been talking a lot about that word coming into play there, fix, several panels of my art in issue 2 of Elektra, Black, White, and Blood before sending it to the printers. Quote, they're not huge changes, but I really don't like my art being tampered with. Um, he added, showing one such edit um, wherein Marvel attempted to, in smaller quote, widen the eyes of the Asian child. Oh, okay, I see what he's talking about. My original art, Marvel bullpen. I guess that's what they call the editorial room of bullpen. Kind of like in baseball, I guess. Yeah, that's not cool when you start messing with people's artwork. It's like messing with them, basically. Showing another such edit, Smallwood explained, quote, long story short, 2 months after turning in the finished pages, I was informed by my editor that Marvel standards and practices flagged my art and requested I redraw several panels so that they would be, quote, within tolerance for best representation of Asian characters, unquote. Ah, yeah, corporate BS. Mine theirs. Also, in his work, he dark. Her eyes were darkened. Look at it. There's more light in her eyes there. More see more of the iris. Uh, um, or I don't. Yeah, I think the iris is the white part. But wife and I were expecting our second child the following week, and I was racing to finish an issue of, in brackets, DC's Human Target for the birth. So I told Marvel that I didn't have time to make the changes, but that I would be perfectly fine with them pulling the story for sensitivity concerns. Unquote. He elaborated. So he would have been okay with them to pull the story if, but I guess Marvel, that wasn't good enough for Marvel. You know, Yet, despite this flexibility, according to the artist, Marvel rejected this offer and telling him, quote, that pulling the story was not an option, and if I couldn't do revisions, the Marvel bullpen would, in smaller quotes, take a crack at my pages instead. Oh boy, that you would think, okay, Smallwood's got to be thinking here, why are you messing with my artwork, dudes? Why are you messing with my artwork? I don't know how he actually. I don't know what his ideological bent is, whether or not he is one of these people who is an SJW or not. But even that's going a little too far for some of these SJWs to sit there and be trying to. But then again, we've seen it too on Twitter with people sitting there, quote unquote, fixing, artwork. And now Smallwood just got his artwork fixed, and don't he doesn't sound, and from what we've read so far, it doesn't sound like he's too happy with that. See what more he has to say about it. First off, I'd like to see if anybody's come in to chime in, and they're still saying zero people in here. Anyways, I stated, quote, in quote, okay, quoting him here. I stated very clearly that I didn't want anyone touching my art. So I dropped everything I was doing and immediately reworked all of the panels that were flagged, unquote. He added, quote, unfortunately, Smallwood then lamented, quote, I just found out yesterday that folks at Marvel didn't even bother using my new art and instead went to print with their own revisited pages. I was not given a chance to make further revision or even approve the alterations made by the bullpen, unquote. Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if he plans on working with Marvel much longer after this. I mean, what would be the point of him still working for Marvel if they're just going to basically change his work to fit theirs anyways? Might as well just let them. I mean, they if they don't like his work, maybe he should just move on, or maybe do what a lot of comic creators have done and just go off and start trying to create his own comic, put an Indiegogo together. Maybe RJ and Pops can have Greg Smallwood on their channels, or even EBS. Hmm. Smallwood then noted that it was not only the realistic features of Asian characters that Marvel had attempted to change, but also a slight suggestion of nudity presented by a terrifying female monster. Quote, they also attempted to cover up some nudity, which just resulted in a muddled mess, unquote. He said, quote, again, something I was willing to fix, unquote. And then we see the scene, the what he's talking about right here. On the left there was his, or as he's put it, mine. His that Smallwood's work on the left, and then the bullpen's work on the right there. They made the clothing there much darker for first off, and the hair. It almost looks pretty. She looks pretty feral right there. Ultimately, Smallwood concluded his thread by asserting, quote, just wanted you all to know because my name is on the comic, but I'm pretty annoyed about how it looks, unquote. And as a palate cleanser, unquote, presented, quote, the cover and the first two, also the best pages, unaltered, unquote. So there you go, right there. All from Greg Smallwood's Twitter. Why these SJWs feel like they need to fix people's artwork is beyond me. That's something very personal to them. They take great pride and joy, and the thing here is that he was willing to make the changes. He was willing to work with them and make the changes. They just didn't want to have it. They didn't want to pull the story. They didn't want. They basically wanted to do what they wanted to do. You know, forget Greg Smallwood. Forget his art. No, no, no. We want to push our agenda. So we're just gonna push Mr. Smallwood out of the way here. We're just gonna this is what we want. Forget you, Mr. Smallwood. Yeah, you were willing to work with us and maybe try to do it our way, but something, we don't need you. We're just gonna make the adjustments ourselves. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be absolutely like his last thing he worked with Marvel on, but if I was him, I would consider, okay, maybe it's time to go the independent route. They're doing this to your work like this. Hmm. All right, so let's see. Smallwood's thread eventually caught the attention of Venom, Daredevil, and current Devil's Reign miniseries editor Devin Lewis, who replied to the frustrated artist, quote, "So sorry, Greg. We'll own the mistake here," unquote. Um, quote, "Had an email miscommunication on my end, like we spoke about yesterday," unquote, he recalled. Quote, "As we already assured you, we're using your pages on digital editions and any new printings and collections," unquote. So it sounds like they did somewhat resolve it. But I think everybody can understand Greg's frustrations there. Messing with his artwork was just not right. No matter what you were wanting to do. However, Smallwood rejected Devin's misframing of the situation, firing back the correction. Quote, "Not miscommunication, no communication," unquote. Quote, "Devin apologized to me yesterday for not being able to respond to my emails concerning the edits. Some kind of server error on his end," unquote. The artist clarified to the public, quote, "He was not apologizing for the changes. He assured me yesterday that I would be happy with them," unquote. So it sounds like Devin here, this Devin guy, is trying to cover his rear end, and Smallwood caught him in the lie. Devin Lewis, this Devin Lewis guy, I think he was trying to cover his rear end with Greg, and Smallwood just wouldn't have it. He would just not have it. The second issue of Elektra Black, White, and Blood, featuring Smallwood's art, goes on sale February 23rd, which would be 11 days, which would be a week from this Wednesday, basically. Um, what do you make of Marvel's edits to Smallwood's work? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. I would say that Smallwood, first off, Greg has a right to be pretty upset with them for doing this, even if they do try to rectify it by making going back and using the edited pages that he did on future printings and on the digital copies. It's the damage is still done. You know, you misrepresented his art. You know, I mean it actually in some ways could actually border on you know plagiarism. if that applies to artwork. I know plagiarism would apply to if it was a written story, but oh, hmm, um. So, anyways, last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel somewhere creeping in and that time and town again. All right, so it looks like we got one more story to go through here, one more main story. Yeah, so we're like at 56 minutes here. Let me just go see some things. You know I'm on right now. I feel somewhere creeping in the time and town again. Oh, hey, Jason. Hey, you're just in time. I'm about to get into the anime story, the one anime story of the night. If you can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here. That'd be appreciated. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Rising of the Shield Hero trailer here in a moment. So, don't know if you've watched that one yet or not. I myself haven't either. So, um, well, we'll probably be getting into this here pretty quick. And of course, if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation on the article and stuff like that, feel free to do so. All right, let's see, 50, 44. So. Do we actually hit the hour mark before I get going here? Let me see now. How is anime voice actress Maggie Fleck? She's cool. I like her. She's a good VA. Aside from her VA work, I don't know if you knew this or not, but she's also a local reporter for her Fox affiliate in Houston. She's also a local reporter on there as well. Didn't know if you knew that or not, but or at least last I knew she was. I don't know if she still is, but because I knew that like about a few months back. All right, so and now we're at the 1 hour mark, so I guess there'll be time to move on. So we'll get through this story here. The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2 gets new trailer and key visual. Article by Spence McCooley published this past Saturday. So let's take a look at this right here. Everyone's favorite outrage generating anime. Rising of the Shield Hero has officially received a new trailer and key visual for its upcoming second season. And of course, all that outrage came from the fact that in the first season, the very beginning, they dealt directly with the whole Me Too movement and the idea of false accusations and all that. And a lot of people did not like that. Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2 official trailer from Crunchyroll and YouTube. There's the visual right there. Adapting the Spirit Tortoise story from the sixth volume of Aneko Usagi's um, original light novel series, The Rising of the Shield Hero, second season, will see Naofumi, Raftalia, Philo, and their allies set out to stop the guardian beast and its families from destroying the world. If I could change the world, I would be the sunlight in your universe. I would remember something good, baby, if I could change the world. How about Estelle Link from Kakeguru Sentai Dub of Yumeko? Well, I haven't seen the Sentai dub of it. I've seen the Netflix dub of it with the LA voice actors. I couldn't tell you. Heard some controversy about um, casting choice of her compared to Netflix's Erica Harlacher. Yeah, I hadn't heard anything, but yeah. So, anyways, getting back to the article here. Alongside the trailer, the series' North American licensors, Crunchyroll Funimation, released a new key visual showing the season's protagonist standing in front of a massive spirit turtle. I guess this might be this is the cover art, maybe. Crunchyroll also announced that both Mad Kid and Chial Fujikawa, who provided both of last season's opening and ending themes, were returning to provide new intro and outro music. Mad Kid's Bring Back will open the show, while Fujikawa's Yuzurenai will end each episode for the foreseeable future. Yes, there's Raftalia right there from the trailer. Rising of the Shield Hero second season will also see the return of series principal voice cast, including Kaito Ishikawa as Naofumi, Asami Seto as Raftalia, and Rina Hyaka as Philo, as well as the introduction of Kana Hanazawa, Chiaki Nanami Danganronpa series, as the physical manifestation of the spirit tortoise's soul, Ost Horai. Also reprising their roles are Yoshisugu Matsuoka as Ren Amaki, Makoto Takahashi as Motoyasu Kitamura, Yoshitaka Yamaya as Itsuki Kawasumi, Maya Uchida as Melty, and Kikyo Inoue as Mirelia. I'm of course wondering who the English VAs would be for this. However, in the face of these numerous returns, season one director Takao Abo declined to be one of them. As such, he will be replaced in the role by Masato Jinbo, um, whose portfolio includes such anime directorial work as Chaos Child, Senryu Shoujo, and Watamote. Curse burning. Rising of the Shield Hero season is set to premiere sometime in April 2022. What do you make of the series' latest second season trailer? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Does look like a pretty interesting series there. Let's see. So yeah, so we pretty much got done with a lot of the articles we are gonna go through tonight. There weren't a whole lot, so right now would be a good time to do some more. Did you watch High School? Did no? I probably will at some point. Probably will at some point, but just not there yet in terms of my watching stuff. Name some underrated anime voice actors. Let's see. Some that I like that don't seem to get as much notoriety. Let's see. From from the Houston area, of course, Kira Vincent Davis. You don't get a, even though she's in pretty much a lot, just about everything that ADD has done, that Sentai has been doing. She doesn't get a lot of the recognition that she deserves. Hillary Haig, the same thing. Um, Shelley Kaling Black, the guys. I know from the Houston area, the guys who, let's see, Mike Yeager. I know he's a newer guy. Um, Newer guy, but he's pretty good. Let's see. Who else? Bryson Bogus, the Gibbs brothers, they're pretty good as well. Um, see from New York, of course, Mark Thompson again, another guy, another person who's like in just about everything that's been done by by Central Park Media, Central Park West, for kids, early days, and yet he doesn't get recognized as much. And then Yanni Siad up in Canada, um, she doesn't get the recognition. She and Willow Johnson don't get the recognition they deserve, Um, and of course, the entire Blue Water group, they don't really get, they're pretty nice people and pretty good VAs. Caroline Day, Lucas, the Gilbertsons, Lewis and Lucas, and Onalea, um, Marriott Sluter, Meredith Taylor Perry, um, Dave Pettit, Brian Close, Ethan Cole, Brett Bauer, Jordan Shartner. That whole group is pretty good. I know I missed a lot of people, but in that. But anyways, let's see. And yeah, no, I don't, and I won't get it. Let's just say I've seen the Netflix dub on another platform. Let's just say. So don't want to get too much into it, but let's see now. So for me, I tend to watch older stuff as well. So, like, because usually when I put my programming blocks together, I do it with the intent of having a little bit of divert, so it's not like I'm just listening to any, like I have 8 slots I pick out, 2 LA slot, 2 are voted LA, 2 for Canada, 1 for each, 1 for ocean and 1 for blue water, 2 for New York, 1 for Houston, ADV slash Sentai stuff, and 1 for Funimation. So, and of course, particularly my afternoon block, not everything on that is anime, it's just cartoons, but the stray, stray, yeah, yeah. I walk alone every time air came, and I lost my way today. I know if all was stray, I think I've got something to lose. When you stray, think about there's nothing to lose until we're gone. Stray, stray. Yeah, right now we're just trying to stretch time out a little bit. Probably actually start to wind down when we get to the hour 15 mark here. Probably start prepping to do the this day in each history stuff between 115 and 120 there. So right now, Jason would be one of the best opportune times if you want to ask me more anime related questions on voice actors and all that. Because we have a little time to stretch here, with nobody else here and all that, and I didn't, like come out with as many stories, so you know. Oh mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. Oh no, radiation underground of the zone. Eh. Oh mercy, mercy me. Oh, things ain't what they used to. Radiation underground. No, I want you to want me, and I want you to want me too. Oh, I want to return, darling, and I'm gonna change your mind some way, somehow. Go speed racer, go speed racer, go speed racer, go. Go speed racer, go speed racer, go speed racer, go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That makes sense. Working in a crowd in a faceless town. Need to feel the touch of a friend. In the countryside, I wander far and wide. Isolation gets me again. I don't know where to go. When I feel like crying, oh my, time to open myself, do something new. I want to stop and grow up a bit. Then suddenly my intuition and my wisdom grow. And then I know that most of all I feel compassionately. Strangers wherever they go, thank you for waking me up. Let's see. Yabba dab, yabba dab, yabba dabba doo doo. We are the Flintstone Kids. Scooby Dooby, Scooby Dooby. Get along, it's Mystery Time. You can help us solve the crime. It's Scooby, a pup named Scooby, Scooby, a pup named Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo. Where are you, Scooby Doo? And we're animaniacs. We have paid for paid contracts. Animaniacs. Those are the facts. Tiny Toon Adventure. The Pinky and the Brain. Yes, Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. To prove their mousy worth, they'll overthrow the earth. They're Dinky, they're Pinky and the Brain, 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 brain. Freakazoid, Freakazoid. Superhero Static Shocker. Superhero Static Shocker. Criminals getting misted. Superhero Twisted. Ain't no one what I do. Superhero Static Shocker. Superhero Static Shocker. Superhero Static Shocker. Getting twisted. And superhero misted. Back in school. Ain't no one what I do. Superhero Static Shocker. Superhero Static Shocker. Superhero Static Shocker. Criminals getting misted. It's superhero misted. All right. So yeah, we're about an hour coming up. So probably an hour 20 here. I'll start winding down. We'll probably start doing. We only have a couple of history stuff, so we'll probably start winding down here in a couple minutes here. Hour 20 mark here. Only really a um couple of history stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky and tomorrow there'll be a huge explosion of anime related neat stories, but it just seemed like this weekend, I guess maybe with the Super Bowl and a few other things, there probably wasn't a whole lot wanting to report on. So let's see now. And we're winding down here. Alrighty then. Well, I thank everybody for being here tonight. Don't forget this Friday, of course, Batgoat will be back with me, and we'll be preparing. We'll be starting for the next 3 weeks here our coverage of October 1938 comics that went on sale. This Friday, of course, we'll be doing We'll be doing DC, so we'll probably be reading some Slam Bradley, some Zatara, and maybe time permitting, even some Tex Thompson. Um, let's see. So with that, today being Monday, February the 14th, it's also Valentine's Day, and I know some parts of the area are probably celebrating Lincoln's birthday at this point as well. Um, so with that, let's take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. See what happened on this day in Nietzsche history. Alrighty then. So with that, our first stop, we're going to head back to 75 years ago today. As on this date in 1947, which was 75 years ago today, we have a couple of books that actually had their 65th issues come out. So, Police Comics Volume 1, number 65, went on sale on this date for 10 cents back in 1947. Editor was Georgie Brenner. Of course, most of you who've been following Georgie Brenner is uh, um, the author of of the Clock stories, and right now feature funny from where we're at, but he was the editor on the 65th issue of Police Comics, which included Plastic Man. Now, many of you may not know this, but Plastic Man was originally a character made in made for Quality Comics. He's one of the characters they picked DC picked up when one of the characters that DC had picked up when Quality shut down. The story here, of course, is the apartment of Dr. Phobia. Um, Writer and artist Jack Cole, who created Plastic Man, created it for Quality. So among the other stories included The Spirit, which was another popular feature back at this time, and of course Manhunter Dan Richards. Now this, not to be confused with, there were two Manhunters. The Manhunters that most people know of as DC Manhunters, the robots, and also Kate Spencer. This was a different Manhunter altogether. So the Manhunter here, the Dan Richards version of Manhunter was, and there's no author information here. It looks like, so we don't know who exactly created him, but the 65th issue of Police Comics, as well as a 65th issue of Sparkler Comics for United Features, also went on sale on this day. Of course, they were both 10 cents. Sparkler Comics here was 48 pages. See on the cover there, Nancy and Sluggo, who were featured characters in this book. So on this date in 1947, 75 years ago, the 65th issue of Sparkler Comics from United Features Syndicate and Police Comics from Quality Comics went on sale on this date in 1947, which was 75 years ago today. So, as we now shall move on to the next piece of Nietzsche history. I'd like to today wish a happy 60th birthday to Russ Leatherman. Russ Leatherman is the guy he was co-founder of Movie Phone. He also was a voice actor. He lent his voice to a couple episodes of he lent his voice to a Futurama episode, Raging Bender, and a Family Guy episode, I Dream of Jesus, as Mr. Movie Phone. So on this date, or I'm sorry, happy birthday to Russ Leatherman, the American VA and co-founder of Movie Phone, um, who would voice Mr. Movie Phone in Futurama and Family Guy. So happy 60th birthday to Mr. Leatherman. So with that, guys, I thank everybody for being here. Um, as I said, don't forget this Friday we will of course be getting into October 1938. We'll be doing this Friday. We'll be doing comics that went on sale from DC Comics um, in October 38. Next Friday, we'll be taking a quick peek at some of the stuff from David McKay, or just some summary work, as I unfortunately don't have any. There's no sites I know of that have any copies of. We'll be looking at Ace Comics Volume 1, number 20 from David McKay. And then we'll also be looking at Jumbo Comics Volume 1, number 3, going back to like Sheena and Gilda Gay and Dr. Haywood. And then 2 weeks from this Friday, we'll be into Quality Comics number 15, I believe, getting back to the Clock and Black X. So over the next 3 weeks, 3 Fridays here, we'll be running through October 1938. Then for the next 3 weeks after that, which will be the last 3 weeks of March, the 11th, 18th, and 25th, respectively, we'll be going through comics that went on sale in November, spending all of April finishing up 1938, and then by May, we'll probably be getting into 1939. So that's kind of the plan going forward on the historical comic retrospect. Batgoat will be with me here Friday, of course. He's already assured me of that. Hopefully, we can get him in here during the week as well. He just hopefully things will warm up there in Minnesota soon to where he can. But with that, guys, I thank everybody for being here tonight. Hope everybody's having a good Valentine's Day, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.